Hello and welcome back to Space Engineers. My name is Rabenschild. I had to make a bit of a break before I could record again, and I don't know, I'm coming back to an update. We took a look in a live stream at that, and I am not sure what to say because there's a lot of cool stuff. There's some nice things that they have put in, some nice mods that they got and put them into the vanilla game. That's, I don't know, maybe a good move, maybe a bad one, but there's nice stuff like the conveyor hinges. I don't know why they didn't land in here earlier. It's a mod that is basically ancient, and it is there for a long time. Then they have some the letters mod, for example. I'm not even sure here. We have vanilla letters now. Nice thing. We have some more stuff. Some doors, a bar, some sci-fi-ish looking thrusters that are just a nice retexture of the normal thrusters. I have to admit, the art team is doing a really good job. The stuff looks amazing most of the time. The bad thing, I have the feeling, is the thing I don't like the most is the weather. You can see that everything looks like as if we are sitting in midst fog, and we don't have sun right now. It looks kind of nightish, and the visibility of the landscape is really low. So why? Because I turned off the weather. I don't want to play with the weather. The weather has some problems, I think. Main thing, or the two main things, is visibility. As soon as there is fog or dust storm or anything like that, you can't see anything anymore. And the big problem that I have with that is there's no way to deal with that. So there's no radar, there's no don't know, the lights don't help to see more. So crashing into a mountain with 200 meters per second or something like that is not really a thing I want to do. And the next thing is lightning. So there's lightning in the game, and it seems there's a lot of lightning in the game. Sometimes lightning can not only hurt you, it can also hurt grids, and that relatively massive, even with vanilla settings. So I'm staying away from that. But most thing is, I would like to have visibility. I don't have that here, and you can see that my usual outlook that I have is kind of ruined by a lot of fog that shouldn't be there. So just to let you know, there's a new admin screen, the weather screen, and current weather, none. Incoming weather, none. So why do I have this crazy fog here? I will figure that out, maybe restart the game and see if we clear it. So turn back the weather on, clear the weather, save the game, then turn the weather off. Maybe that helps. Maybe if you need the information on that, then maybe that is a thing that helps us. I have so many things that I wanted to do and that I wanted to show, and now I have to deal with stuff like that. Just to show you, I've done some automation. Not sure if I even showed that up. It's a week ago I dealt with stuff and all these things. One thing I wanted to do today is take a flyer and see if we can lift off and how this thing flies. Haven't done that in a long time with the aerodynamic wings, and I definitely want to test that out if the mod even still works. So, but the first thing is I want to get rid of the fog and get a clearer sight. That's again, that's something I really don't, I don't like too much. The blocks, again, they're nice. I could remove the hinges mod. Can use the vanilla ones now. I don't know. It's, again, it's a lot of stuff that is exists as mods already, is now in the game, and that's and I don't know if the Xbox players get that immediately. If you play it on Xbox and you know, then please let me know if the Xbox players immediately get the updates. That would be interesting to know, because for the Xbox players it is definitely something where it is maybe harder to get to mods and all that stuff. Good, let me turn the game off again, turn the weather on, clear the weather, hopefully see that it works better, save the game, turn the weather off. We will see how that works out in the end. So it seems to not help doing anything, so turning on the weather, removing the weather, turning off the weather again doesn't help, it doesn't change anything. So this seems to be the new normal for the alien planet. I have the feeling, I don't know, maybe something is broken, but for now I will think that this is the new normal for the alien planet, and I have to say, not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of it. That leads to me, moving away from here pretty soon, I have the feeling, because, this is just... don't know. It's too dark, even with the sun fully up, basically, all that stuff. So yeah, don't need that, don't want that. That is not nice. I thought we were through with things that work like this, where things will be just changed and then it is vastly different. So yeah, the solars react to the light not being here at the moment. You saw I would like to test that. That's one thing I need to take a look at. If the tiered solars react to the changes, they changed things in so that the weather system now affects wind turbines and solars. A nice touch. More extreme weather situations now change the energy outcome of these things. So for example, in a real dust storm, the wind turbines suddenly go over 1 megawatt production. And I don't know even if I have tiered solar panels here. I think I might have standard ones here, so let me take a look. If these things here, doesn't matter. No, it's tiered solar panels. They do. So the normal output, I think, for tiered solar panels is 1.9 something. And if they're now 100% in the sun, then no, the max output is that. So I don't know. Maybe they react to it. Do I have? Do I have? I don't have a normal solar panel right now, so I would have to look that up. If this changes, I will grab a normal solar panel and just build one. The normal solar panels have an output of around, I think, 400, and at max settings, big ones, 400 kilowatts or so, 300 something. I will take a look if this changes with this new situation here, because if the fog is just there and I can't turn it off and turn off that it influences my solar panels, even if I want to. So let's try. Just set up a normal solar panel. Just a tier 1 solar panel, solar. So the tier 1 is basically the standard solar panel. Let's see how it handles this. Solar. And then we have a solar panel tier 1. How? It's fully there, so that's not good. That's not good. Okay, we are using we had discussions if solar panel use on planets is even a thing, and nobody would be so dumb to do it. I'm doing that for a while now because I have planets, or I have stations that weren't there before the wind turbines came. So yeah. Not nice. I don't know. That's something I have to say. That's changing this planet for me that much. It could be because it's old. I don't know. Maybe if I get a new planet. The weather at one point said I don't have a planet nearby. That's just... No, there is. So, I don't know. Because you can... maybe. Let us test something. Maybe if we turn on the creative tools. And then I say weather... Clear. No, nearby planets found. So maybe it is because of the age of the world, but it's not nice. Good. We will test out this flyer. So this flyer just has back and front thrusters to be able to slow down, and we are using the aerodynamic wings as a way to fly. One thing I should maybe do is put away some stuff, because if I fall down and crash, I should maybe... Oh, let me refill some bottles. If I go down and crash, I maybe should be able to fly back, or at least save my stuff in a nice place. It's I don't want to be so negative about updates or anything, because again, it's an update. It should be nice, but I don't feel right about this one. So good. Okay, again, it's a very basic shape. As far as I know, the aerodynamic wings work in a way where the flat side basically it gives basically thrust in a direction that is set to the flat side of the wing. As far as I understand it, this would mean that we should get lift up and hopefully lift to the side with the ones that I turned there. In the description of the mod, there's no limitation on how the wings are orientated. The dependency is the flat side. So if, for example, the wings kind of work with the center of mass, so that if they're to the sides of the center of mass, then they project their force into different directions. We maybe get a relatively stable and straight flyer here that negates out curves, because I don't have side thrusters here. I tested these wings always with side thrusters because I thought they just give uplift. And so with side thrusters, I needed them to negate drift. Maybe the wings do it on their own. We will test that. If that doesn't work, then we will dump the ship and just leave it. This is cheap. We can afford this. I just took a battery out, nothing else, so that we can ditch it if it is needed. So runway is done. Let us just see if this works. I have set the wheels down there to have really low friction, so we hopefully are able to just start. Let us see if that works. Yes. Okay, we at least can fly straight. That works out. And it seems we can turn. It seems to work with the wings. So we could use aerodynamics here really nicely, and can fly our ships just with thrust forward. Again, I have a thruster that points that points forward, so that I can brake, that I can just slow the whole thing down somewhat. I'm not sure. The assertives didn't show up. Could be that they are gone, but I'm not sure. I will try to stay close to the base so that I can land, and I hopefully don't get shot up by another thing. This is amazing. I'm happy with this. Ooh. Nice. This gives possibilities. The only problem is we can't really go slow, because if we slow down at one point we just lose thrust, and then we should just drop. Or? Yeah, we drop. So let us speed up again so we get lift again. But it seems that 30 or so we can fly relatively slow. We don't have to do crazy fast maneuvers. That's really neat. I thought our only possibility to work with the aerodynamic wings in a neat way would be the flaps. There was a mod that basically brought in gyros in the form of what's that called, ailerons? I don't know, the things that are on wings that provide the ability to steer an aircraft. So one question that I have is how high can we go up? So we can speed up to the limit of the of the turbines, of the jets. But the question is, can the wings, because we could maybe build an SSTO or something like that at one point. That would be neat. Okay, we are getting slower. Oh, nice. See, we are still getting lift. Maybe from the wings. But we're still moving into that direction, so it could also be that. Let us see if the wings... Oh no, now we are going down. Nice. So now we are speeding in the other direction. Good. But that is completely okay. We can try to build an SSTO, so something that can fly into space, maneuver there, and then fly on the ground with maybe just thrusters. We will have to see if that's something we can do. If I can solve the fog problem that I have, I will. We can definitely stay here, but I personally don't like the soup that we have around here. We could do this on Earth too, and maybe the weather there's a bit nicer. So we need to hopefully change our direction. The wings are really good. The wings are really good because we could change our... So we pointed to the ground, basically, and the wings just threw us around without any problems. We didn't have this much drift towards the ground still. So the wings do something really nice for us. Maybe more of my ships need wings. Good. I will hopefully bring this thing to land, and hopefully we can touch it down with too much trouble. The wheels don't have complete they are not completely frictionless. I've set them to a certain percent level so that we hopefully get a bit of a braking force. It's not like with an aircraft carrier, let's say it that way, because we can just glide in and slowly set this thing down, but that makes me happy. But now I have these, I have the wheels that are still moving, and I don't know why. They shouldn't. Stop that. Okay, now we're completely stopped. That's neat. That's really neat. That is cool. With this we can make, I don't know, transports. We can make fighters. That might be the next thing that I test out. Something like a fighter, so that we can maybe attack the assertive installations if they show up again. I should take a look. Again, I didn't remove anything. That might be due to the update. Let us see if Thumbs is still there. Owner name. So Thumbs is still there. We still have the observation posts here. Maybe it's just, maybe they are down at the moment. Everything should be fine. Good. We know now that the aerodynamics work. again with something like an SSTO. We could have thrusters front back, powerfuls, LY thrusters or something like that, and then to maneuver in space we put some ion thrusters on there. They don't work in the atmosphere, or just work minimally in atmosphere, and then just take over once we are in space. The LY thrusters, the pulse thrusters work everywhere, so that should work in the end. Or we put an ion thruster on there too. That could be interesting. Ah, yeah, that is a nice idea. And maybe I should think about updating some of the ships for atmospheric flight. Put some wings on there. Because, again, the wings put forces on there that I think the thrusters don't. The way where I can go into a dive, a real hard dive, and then just pull up, and the whole thing will just turn and not keep sliding towards the ground. That might be neat to have for other ships too. And again, we will do some work with that. Maybe a bit larger wings. We will see how that works. What I don't know is how they fare with weight. If it is a weight thing where they can just support up to a certain weight. Good. I don't know what I showed in the last episode. I'm still continuing to build the ship. I wanted to bring in some light and did that on the lower decks. But now I see that I need to do that up here too, even now. So I'm doing more work with assemblers, with storage for components, storage for all the other things. I'm finishing the decks, and I worked with the Star Wars hangar fields so that I can pressurize the whole thing in the end at one point, and then just have ways to run around in here without having to open my helmet, to close my helmet, all that stuff. Second door, I think I showed that, so that is all done. The automatics work now, and I'm pretty sure I didn't show them up. Give me a sec, I will look that up and then be back in a second. So I didn't show off my automation. That's good, then I can do that now. So I have automated the doors. This thing is not automated yet, but I've put in some security measures. You can see some sensors here. They sense the position of this arm and let the doors open, or maybe not open, but close. Or they don't let the doors close when this thing is in position to accept something. We can see the timers here, and I think it was the last button. Yes. So I can trigger this, then these start to work, and the door closes. By the way, one thing that I have with the doors now is with the hinges, I might have a nicer position to do the work with the doors. But yeah, they are what they are now, so they can close, and I can open them with just one button. And basically it is just the sequence of, let me show that to you. This is just the start timer. That thing does nothing but activate the next timer. That thing starts moving the motors. Then it starts the next timer. That pushes out the pistons, and when these things are in position at one point, the next timer just pulls the pistons back in. So we can push that out. You can see now it runs. The doors are getting pushed out, and now the doors open, and at one point this thing clicks and the pistons should retract again. Come on. Now, the timing is not right yet. I might work on that a bit more. But the interesting part is then when I move the clamp into position. So the docking clamp basically moves out into position and activates this timer, and then it turns off the first timer, so we can't press the button to move the doors back in. That is so that I don't close the doors on a ship that is sitting there. That would be fatal, and we don't want that. And if we move it back, then at one point this thing gets activated again. Come on. Now, and now we can close the doors again. And one thing I had to do, that's why I have the second sensor up there. I have to sense if this thing is in this position, so that the sensor above the door, this one, gets turned off. You can see now this thing is turned off because the sensor searches for subgrids. The doors are subgrids themselves. So if I would close the doors and the timer would be on in that position, then I couldn't move them at one point and I couldn't open them again. That's something I really don't want to have. So basically this timer just senses the subgrid of this arm really in close proximity, turns off the other sensor, and now we can close the doors without losing this timer. I could do some more stuff that when the doors are closed, this thing is not able to move. Something like that I could do that too, but I say that's maybe too much. I will put that onto the other door too. It's a really simple process in the end. I thought it would be a lot worse, but it isn't that bad. So for the elevator, the whole thing was really easy, so that's not a problem. One thing I need to figure out at one point is if this is airtight. So this is sitting basically above the hangar field here, is sitting above this this slope here. Not sure if it's airtight. If it's not airtight, I will have to move it one back or so that I have an airtight room here once I've closed all the holes. I was thinking about a way to maybe set up a catapult here. I haven't found a good one yet. If there's any ideas, then let me know. A catapult with pistons or so would be nice to have. I'm not sure if the physics of the game let us do that in a nice way, but I don't know. If I find a good solution, then I might try that. I moved the lasers to down here, so they are not in the way of any ships coming in. And yeah, that's what I've done. Next thing will be to remove this ship and to move over the cargo drones to here. Let them just rest on the flight deck for now. This is just a thing where I basically started the control tower, where I will have cabins and the bridge and all that stuff. just sitting like an aircraft carrier, kind of on the side of the flight deck. Now with the newfound knowledge when it comes to the aerodynamic wings, I can start to work on stuff like that. If I don't know, it's all a thing that needs to be evaluated. I might do a scout flight to Mars and see if the situation there is the same, and on the Earth-like planet, to see if I have this heavy fog there too, because then it could be the world that, I don't know, that is the problem, but could be that this is just the new weather for the alien planet. Good. Otherwise, it's again, I didn't play a lot of Space Engineers in the last few days. I needed to step away from it just a teeny tiny bit. So another thing, reactors need to be done. That will be back here, and I need to, now I need more lights everywhere. The lights here don't do a whole lot. I'm not sure why that is the case, but they are set up with a 20 meter radius. If I change their offset, does that do more? Not really, but if I push it a bit more, that's one thing. At least it gives me a bit of light down here. I could just push the offset down. That maybe helps with the light situation here. So again, now with a whole new light situation on this planet, lights are even needed even more. The whole closing that thing off immediately made it into a dark box. But this is far worse. It's not really good. But everything's fine. We will adapt. We will adapt. Good, people. The only thing that I can say is, if you have ideas for something like a catapult, let me know. I would like to have something under the deck. I saw someone made, was it Shamshi Gamer or Shamsi Gamer or something like that? I think he did a gate underneath the floor with catwalks and with stuff sliding next to things. That looked promising, but I'm not sure if that's a thing that I can speed up and just have it throw a heavy flyer off the deck of this aircraft carrier. I'm not sure. Good. The weather here is also something that really gets me at the moment. I'm sweating like crazy. I need to grab my stuff back. Good. I will put some more work in today and see what else needs to be done here. And again, I will make a bit of a. I will meditate what I need to do next with the situation down here. If I might investigate to see how the other planets behave, and if the weather there is maybe a little bit better than here. Ah, good. Oh, and another thing is, I hope you can't hear my PC. I had to grab my PC from under the table and put it onto the table again. I had some PC troubles. I will have to do a bit of a naming ceremony at one point. I have someone in my streams that that really did a good one when it comes to donations, and that deserves some recognition in the world. And so I might have to name something after him. I think that's a thing I could do more for people that donate and patrons and all that stuff. It's always great to have. Good people, I think that's all for today. Again, a bit of a slow day today. It's too warm, and I don't know, I'm not feeling well with this heat around me, and the update and discussions we had about the update led a bit of a bad taste in my mouth, and that's the thing that I don't know. I always don't really. I don't know how to really say it. I don't deal with that well. Good people, I say thanks for watching. Oh, okay. We see that the assertives still work. They showed up, and immediately is throwing squids at me again. Good. Yeah, I shouldn't have said anything. People, thanks for watching. Hope you liked this episode. Hope you liked the changes that I've done and the aerodynamics test there. And I hope to see you in the next one, I would say. See ya, guys.